Hey everyone, it's Miguel Jeffrey. Hi, good morning. How are you all doing? I hope all is well. I just got up about an hour ago and I'm about to have a little breakfast. And yes, I'm still in my pajamas, guys. Hello. so my breakfast this morning is just a cup of coffee and one pancake. And after which we will have a little chit chat. We will have a So guys, yes, this is my breakfast this morning. Let's dig in. Just wanted to do a little sit down chat. Nothing much, just a little sit down chat. So I can't change nobody's mind. I can only testify to the things that I have been through. Likewise, my mom. So we all know in life it's not easy being a single parent. And being a single mother in this world today is even harder, because the cost of living then to the cost of living now is exponentially higher. Okay, so like I said, I just came on to give a testimony of where I came from. Back in the day, before my mom moved to where she's at now, we were living San Juan side, and the area, it wasn't a bad area, but it had a lot of smoking back then, man smoking the little thing and the weed and what have you. That's way back when, in the 80s. But I came from a humble beginning where we had a one-bedroom apartment, and the bathroom, not the bathroom, but the bedroom, the kitchen was in the same area, and then we had a little piece cordoned off to be like the drawing room area. You understand? Two doors, one to the back where the kitchen bedroom is, and one to the front where the living room was. Alright, our bathroom was outside. Our outhouse, as we would call it back then, the latrine was outside. Right, so I'm not ashamed to say this. I'm not ashamed to talk about where I came from. But my mom had 3 kids, 2 boys and 1 girl. And she did everything that she had to do to make sure that she secures. We were living next to a club, right? Like a club where everybody will go up, party, smoke, drink, play, gamble, a club. And my mom really, yeah, she did what she had to do with, to make sure that we were safe. I remember back in those days as a young girl growing up, the only girl for my mom, she was extremely overprotective. But she had good friends, people who cared, because when I tell you work hard, she worked hard. She didn't just work one job, she worked so many jobs before she landed in the public service. And at that point in time, while I was growing up, I had my grandmother, which was her father, mother, and she died back in the 80s, 1980, either 80 or 81, somewhere back there, or she died. I could remember, long time, the the body, the coffin used to come home and all that sort of. I can remember that back then. As far as that, so I can remember that. It was hard. I was going Mount Lambert, my next brother was going Mount Lambert, my little brother was going in town with mommy, Rosary Boys. And she did everything. And back then, the salary wasn't, it still, she had to do what she had to do. So there came an opportunity where she went to speak to a minister and really spoke to that person, and hence the reason why we got where we are, where she is now. It still wasn't easy, because back then when they take away your cola and they take away this, she used to come home with $100 when she had to pay she mortgage or whatever. She still had to make ends meet. And I think I was going, up until then I was still going primary school, right? 1984, right? 84, 85, somewhere there. And then I went to live with my father. That's another story altogether now. So when we moved into a 2-bedroom apartment. Well, upstairs and downstairs, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 1 kitchen. So fast forward to now, my mom now have a 4-bedroom home, extended kitchen, 2 bathrooms, 2.5 baths, extended living room. So what I'm trying to say, we all go through so many things in life, but you continuously get up, push yourself and go. Trust in God, have faith in God, believe in God, believe that when you say A, it will manifest to be in B, C, and D, that you will come out victorious on the other side. I've seen my mother cry, get down on her knees. I've seen my mother pray. Fast track to me. I lived by my mother for years, 4 years. I joined the Trinidad and Tobago Regiment in 1996. I'm not going to say that it was a bed of roses. It wasn't a bed of roses for me. It was hard for me. Coming from where I came from and doing what I had to do and being who I am, I gained a greater respect to God. Hadn't I wasn't introduced to God at a younger age, I would not have known who He is today. And I say this not to get anyone wild up or anything like that on this channel, but let me paint this picture to you guys. When I joined the Trinidad and Tobago Regiment, I was clueless. I used to work around the regiment on a whole, being in cadets, coming from the Trinidad and Tobago Cadet Force. But when I came into the regiment, I didn't know nothing. I was so clueless, because hold a gun, how to shoot, running. I always used to come second to last, third to last in a race, right? I'm not by no means ashamed. Somebody had to come last, somebody had to come first. okay? It's just that running was never my forte, right? But I had to do it. I had instructors pushing me, okay? I had batch pushing me. I had my son father pushing me, right? So I could have drilled because I came from the cadet force. I know how to drill, how to use a weapon, how to change my arms, and all these sort of thing. I knew that. But the whole depth of I didn't know Don Tess and Adjust and all them kind of shit. And mind you, I am not a lover of guns. Me don't like to hold, I don't like to shoot, I don't like to, I don't like guns. Funny enough, being a soldier, I don't like it. You give me it, and I will tell you what I used to do long time. I, duty corporal, at the guard room, I'll draw my weapon, but I always used to take my ammo and put it in a plastic bag, wrap it up and put it in my back pocket. I don't like guns. I don't like it. They say when you're back against the wall and something do happen, you have to use your gun. So by me being in this organization, I felt all alone. I had my son father, I had batches, I had, but I felt all alone internally. Externally, I was existing to everyone. I was, all right, my boss say do this, I do that. But I felt alone. Even in training, I felt so, I had to do this, I had to do this, I had to do this. I'm not only doing it for me, I'm doing it for my mother. I'm doing it for my household, This had to be done. Even when I got into that accident, I on a gurney. First thing came to mind is the bills had to pay. Who go pay the bills? And my boss was there telling me, no need to think about that now. But for them, all right, yes, I was in this accident, and it's like a confused. You understand? I was so out of it, confused, that I didn't realize until when I got the news from my ex-commanding officer. He's now passed, Mr. Jeffrey. He told me, he came and he delivered that blow to me. I saw certain things in the car, but I just couldn't, it didn't tabulate up here until I saw that. Not so, until I heard that. Then, the who gonna pay the bill, who gonna think, just went out the door, and my mind went at the front. I personally had to find myself spiritually, mentally. I had to find myself emotionally. I had to find myself. And I think I spoke a bit of where I was back then with regards to, being there. I think it's somewhere on this channel somewhere. I don't want to rehash that, but I'm saying this to the mothers out there who are struggling, who are trying to find their way, that there is a God. And without God in your life, you will never be able to be 100% successful in anything that you do and in anything that you see. You will just keep going wrong in circles, right? I found God. I have to say thanks to my sisters, and I will always be saying that until the day I die. Moving from by my mom at age 13 to be by my father, I met my sisters and them for the first time. I have 3 sisters. But my second to last, I'm the last. My second to last sister, she's a Hazel. I'm a Hazel Esteem. She put the fear of God in me. I ain't saying that my other sisters didn't do that, you know. But you see that one? She put the fear of God in me. But she also said you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. So I am saying this to mothers out there. God is the only person that could get you out of whatever situation you may be dealing with. God and God alone. So backtracking to being home by my mom, joining the regiment, feeling all alone, doing what I have to do in a place of deceivers, backbiters, people who will smile at you and behind your back, bad talk you, people who will curse you out to your face and want to come and ask you for this, that, and the other. Understand what I'm saying? Big man, big woman. You have to know how to navigate through all of that. So you know who you are in your heart, and sometimes who you are in your heart and you bring it forward to the world at hand, they eat you up and chew you up, and you understand? Or some have learned to navigate away from. I needed to move out of my mom's home. Not because, but I needed to move out. Wanted something different for my son and I. So I began to dig deep and pray. There were nights when God started to talk to me. I think I told my sister about this. I used to get up and pray. Things just used to tell me get up and pray. Not things, but you know, you're sleeping and you're turning and you're twisting. And there were a particular night where my son was lying on the bed next to me, and I got up and I watched my son and I prayed over my son. To this day, he's 23 now. When he's home, there are times that he's sleeping like a king and he ain't hearing, but there are times that he does hear. And I will come into his room and I will take my hands and lay it over my child and pray. Your prayers are a weapon. Your tongue is a weapon against all seen and unseen dangers, seen and unseen individuals, you name it. Your tongue. My sister always say your tongue is the strongest part, Susan. And whatever you speak, it comes into fruition. We talk about manifest and this and that. You have to know what you're saying and how you're going about saying and doing these things, because manifest could mean so many things to the ear at hand, the eyes. So when we speak things, it has to be in a positive light. Not just write it down, but when we speak it, because I believe in speaking it. And my tongue is very strong. It did I say your tongue, your words will don't fall on deaf ears? Trust me. My tongue is very strong. And believing, I truly believe. I truly believe. Because all my life through navigating away from, into, around, I have always speak, Father Lord, you are in charge. Father Lord, if this is for me, let it be from you. My promotion didn't just come. So I had to fight for certain things. And ladies, single parent, get yourself, understand the world at hand, educate yourself. I would say educate yourself. If you you don't have CXC, try, you're not equipped to go that direction, try the tertiary, try skills that will help you be able to be a better person, be able to enlighten. There are things where you know, dig deep. You know what I mean? They say dig deep. Dig deep. If you're not equipped in this aspect, find another aspect to be equipped in. Be a cook, do something, sewing, plant arrangement. You're good with your hands, these sort of thing. It have masonry, carpentry. Find something. If you're not good at maths, because me a lying, I'm telling you, me no good at no maths. But you see me, I can maneuver myself. And I say this to be straight. I have nothing to hide. I have a lot of people will come on and hide the past and portray a whole different universe out there to everybody. Understand what I'm saying? But you have to know how to maneuver around certain aspects. You don't like the book work, find a skill, get something that would help you. I want us who are going through a hard task of trying to pick up pieces and move on. The best result in anything is to look to God. Not, you have your mother, you and your mother close, no problem, you talk to your mother. But you have to make that deciding factor, because your mom or your dad could say, hey, no thing, but you have to search yourself. And that is what I did. Coming out from that accident, I had to search, I had to find me. I'm not perfect, I make real mistakes, but you know what, my God have me covered, and I know that he have you covered too. So the mother with the 4 children, God have you covered. And the mother who trying to find her way, God have you covered. And the mother who don't know how to read, write, God have you covered. But you have to find yourself. You have to fight through every adversity and come out victorious on the other side. Yeah, it will have people who would quote unquote help you, but behind it all, they're not really helping you, you know. They're watching you and they're watching you fall. They're watching you because they want what, maybe, let me say you have a bigger position. They're watching you and they will send you to a grave as early as possible so they can take what is yours. It have people like that. It have people who say they're helping you, but behind closed doors they're about talking you and they're not helping you. Or even self, if they help you, they will go back and say, she daft. I've heard it and I've seen it for myself. That is why it's always good. Good friends are hard to come by. That's why I don't have much. I don't have much. And I wish people, you know, could wake up. Wake up. So, the moral of all this, you're in a rut, you gotta find a way and get out of that rut. If you have to move, move. But move with God's anointing. Move with God's grace. Things not going good on one side, move away from that to try and get something better for yourself as well as your child. And that's what I did. I needed that. I needed that, you know. My mother needed that away from a new start. In life, it's hard, but you have to keep digging, keep climbing. It's hard. So guys, I had to go and get 2 pillows for you all. So this is the first one. All right. So my mom made this, and I begged her to make that for me. That is for my chairs. And she also made this one, guys. Okay. When I say my mother, my mother is very, very gifted. She has those hands. And like I said, I may have gotten a little bit from her because I love to decorate. Hence the reason I'm doing this channel, but also to perfect whatever craft I may have onto this channel. I dabble in a little DIY. I think last year or year before, I had a light that I spray painted and I dulled up with glitter and stuff like that. It was in my living room. I think it's on one of those videos where I decorated my living room black and white and the light was there and stuff like that. So what I'm trying to say is, women, let's get crafty. You know, things are not going good in the home, find another way of bettering yourself. Find another way. Things you want to move from where you are, I always say talk to God first, because young mothers, and I pray that this reaches other people. Sometimes you have to sit and really think about what you're doing, because nobody's not going to do it for you, and everything you have to do for yourself. But with that being said, you have to have God in the midst of whatever circumstances you're dealing with. You have to put God there. He's the only person, he's the author, the finisher of our lives. God is the only person that could make us, and you could break your own self. Every situation that we as individuals, women, men, gotta put ourselves in, we put ourselves in that. But at the end of the day, it turns out to be a learning experience. Everything that we do wrong in life, it is a learning experience. I would solely believe that. Some people might say different. So I'm backtracking a bit. So with my mom getting into the ministry, the public service, and doing things fruitfully with her hands, things that she loved, I learned along the way. I'm not ashamed to sit here and talk about my experiences because I'm not ashamed. I learned a lot despite certain challenges. I learned a lot. They say the sins of the parents do fall on the children, but along the way we have to bind that and allow God to work and change our mind frames. I have a sister, her name is Hazel, and I know she will be looking on at this. They say that we look alike. They also said that my next sister, which is Zafina, and I looked alike because we had the puffy cheeks, but my sister Hazel and I have flat forehead. I would say her forehead flat. She gonna be laughing at this. But my second to last sister put the fear of God in me. And when I say put that fear of God, you see, I never knew God the way that I ought to know. And I think for women and men, take time for yourself, talk to God, work on you, work on your inner, work on your upper, work, and be honest with yourself. Not everybody can be honest with herself. Like I said in a previous, my ex told me that I'm tricky. I still laugh to this day, because I've been working on me. Have you been working on you? No, you haven't. All right. So for the mother with the 4 kids, yes, people will come at you. People will say, do this, do that, but you have to do it yourself. You cannot say, I wanted to move. I wanted to come out of my mother's house. I wanted that. Not just for me, but for my son. I wanted a better environment where I could grow, where this could be at that level, not at that level. You understand? I wanted better for my son and I. As a baby, you creep before you could walk. As a baby, we make songs before we can really talk to say mama. We stumble along the way, and we do find ourselves. Every last one of us stumbles along the way before we can find ourselves. So my simple suggestion to anyone who is going through so much, seek ye first. Put God first in everything that you do. and you will see the outcome. Don't boast about it. Don't go and tell the whole world about it. Seek it first. Do it by yourself. I love my mom, but I needed to have my own. Blessed is the child that, I have mine. When I pass, this is my son's home. I didn't just do this for me, I do it for my child. Just as she did it for us, I'm doing it for my son, because I have a responsibility onto my child. And this is why I always tell a lot of people, you have kids, you train them, you teach them. Yes, you all would not see eye to eye at a certain level as a big man, a big woman, right? But respect your mom, respect your dad. Fathers, be there for your daughters. Teach them, because there are those bushes that are extremely high with vipers. And as men, you wouldn't, the way you treat others, you wouldn't want somebody else to treat your daughter or your son that way. Like I said, I am not perfect. I am preaching the whole Bible to no one here on my platform, but I love my God. And I truly trust in my God for all things He has done for me. And He's still doing. I would say I have a soft heart, because I will try to talk to someone and let them know, hey, you may be down, but God. And some people doesn't want to hear that, maybe at their own time, because I can remember talking to a friend of mine and trying to let her know, hey, I've been through it, but you know what, being through it, God saw better in me and brought me out of. And I'm just trying to tell you, yes, you may be going through it now, and sometimes you try to tell people and they doesn't want to hear it. So sometimes it's sad, but you have to leave them and leave them alone. And I did that. You had to leave them. Let them themselves find God. Because you can tell someone so much, and you can show them not everybody's situation is the same, but along the way, we know that God intervened in their lives. We know that God is the one that came to the forefront and show them and teach them and guide them accordingly. We know that God is the one who made them come to Him through somebody else, So when I was going through what I was going through, hey, Susan, there's something better on the other side. Find yourself, find your way. Talk to God. Choose God, because He's the way, the truth, and the light. He is the truth, He's the way, He's the way. So I am simply telling mothers out there, it's hard. It is hard to navigate through so many things, but you have to directly find your path, find your tongue, find your voice, as the case may be, and hold yourself accountable for all the shit that you do in life and what you're doing now in the present. Hold yourself accountable, because we all have to answer. It's hard enough. It's hard. I came from far. Each and every one of us here came from far, and we all have a testimony. We all have a journey. Some people journey end early, in between the life, from the start, from the birth, it ends in the 20s. It may have ended in the 30s and the 40s. We don't know when, the time, the date, the hour, we don't know. But We have to choose God, choose His way, and directly bring our kids to the forefront and teach them about God. Teach them. Some parents don't even know how to do it. They have heard, they have seen, but how to start? Because we never navigated through that. We never implemented that on our kids. And with me, I have implemented that with my son. My son is an acolyte. Well, these days he haven't been to church because of how he works. And I keep telling him, hey, sometimes you gotta let them know, hey, you gotta go to church. We ain't saying that the almighty dollar, you understand? But we have to put God first. How do you expect to accomplish or move up? And you have to put God in your life. You have to make Him the ultimate universe. Not your universe, but put Him there. And that is all I'm simply saying to a lot of mothers out there. Seek Him, seek God out. You may not know how to read the Bible, but there are a lot of things on the internet, and if you don't understand it, you write it down, and then you have a app for the Bible. Go through it. If you don't know how to read, start simple. A for apple, B for bat, C for cat. Get a kid's book that will directly show you and there are things on the internet, and I know a lot of people are internet phone savvy that could help you. And like I say, if you don't like that side, get something to do with your hands. So guys, I hope this insider brings some sort of awareness, some sort of help to somebody who needs it, who I hope it reaches whoever to watch my channel. I hope this reach far and wide. You understand? I have a home. I have a home now. And it's because of God, because of my prayers. Our prayers don't fall by the wayside. God answers everything. He works extremely hard for each and every one of us. But how hard are we working for Him? You understand what I'm saying? Joy comes in the morning, but over a period of time. We cannot rush God. Don't you? He's not rushing us. We're rushing Him all the time. We want this, we want that, but my God had led my brother-in-law in my sight, put him in my sight, for him to sit me down and talk to me, for him to show me certain things. I already had the idea in 2000 and whenever I signed up to HEC. It was NHA then. You understand? Glad it fell through the crack. Because where I am now is only God. Only God. So ladies, gentlemen, stop complaining. Stop complaining and start to talk to God. Stop it. We have a lot of people out here who watch other people and wish them bad. Trust me. Deceit bad. You have a lot of people out here like that. It have those who would help you, and behind it, the ungenuine, not ingenuine, the on. It had black. It had a wee bit of red, but around it black, because you're not genuine. You're not. I thank God for him giving me this, so guys, like I say, continue to thumbs up the video. There is a notification bell, so you can press that bell whenever I upload, and all my videos will be coming back to you. And thank you once again to my subscribers. Thank you once again. I hope this was informative enough for that mother and maybe other mothers to come. You know, it's not easy when you have kids and you have to navigate away from and towards, you know, a better, brighter dream for yourself, likewise your children. But God always remember this. He puts certain individuals in the mid of, be it good, be it bad, but you have to know, because he also give you that sense of discernment, you know, to decipher what is right from wrong. You cannot pray today and forget him tomorrow. You cannot. You have to willingly, I wouldn't say willingly, I think you have to solely be there every day, every hour, every minute. You have to, because it's only God alone could. He does it all. He sees it all. He knows it all. He's there. You have to want it all. Be with him always. Trust in him always. Talk to him always. Mothers, we have to wake up. We want better for ourselves, likewise our children. Seek his face. Seek him face. Don't just say it now and then a year down the line you run back into the same situation and you come back to God. No, he wants you there always. You're on your belly, he wants you there. The clothes on your back, the one shirt, he wants you there. He wants you. A lot of people, there were someone that I knew said, it doesn't matter if they hear it or not. The mother used to say that, I always pray to God and God will hear my prayers. And you know what? That person was my friend. That, not the mother, but the daughter was my friend. And she said, and I said to her, with everything that I've been through, and I'm trying to show you that there is a way, God is the way. You know what she said to me? She said, well, I always pray, and I don't think God hearing me. That really hurt me in a way that hurt me so much that I said something to her. I said, the song ain't just like your mother. And that rocked her a different way. And she said that to my son, that I needed to come back and apologize to her. And I didn't mean to hurt her in that way. I was just simply saying, that's what your mother said, and you're saying the same thing too. And when I tell you that you need to, come out of that, change that. Because people do things to other people. People hurt people. And if you carry that hurt throughout your lifetime and haven't been able to throw that off, it will be with you throughout. My mom and I would say we wasn't the best of friends growing up, because I know my mom wanted better for me, and I made mistakes along the way, and I have admitted to that, and I've spoken to God about it. Okay? But when you go through certain parts in life and you testify, you would want others to know, only God could help you. Only God could pull you out of whatever situation you're in. Some people doesn't want to hear it, guys. They doesn't want to. And I'm simply saying this to her, hoping that she would hear what I'm saying. We pray for just about 5 minutes a day or less than. I pray in the morning, during the course of the day, and in the night. Not all the time, and I've been real here, but that is how I pray. When I'm walking up and down in my home and I just don't know, the vibes that just take me, I just start to pray and open my mouth and spew it, because sometimes we need to spew it out, take it out, I've been through it. I've said that time and time again to her. I said, my son, father lied to me, used me, whatever. You understand? But you know what? Hallelujah, there's a God. And sometimes we have to learn to forgive others. Not just for ourselves, but learn to forgive. And I've forgiven so many people. I just pray for them, and let God take the wheel. Let him take the wheel of salvation. Let him take the wheel in your life. Let him be able to transform you bit by bit, because it don't work like that. It don't just come overnight. He has a plan for each and every one of us, and we have to be able to navigate through everything in life where you will come out successful on the other hand. And that is simply all. We have to learn to forgive. So if somebody chop off your hand, it will be hard to forgive. But forgiveness, let's come from there. Forgive and move on. Forgive and let the light shine even brighter. Let who chop your hand off see that your light is shining brighter than. I hope my message could be a beacon for somebody, or for just that young lady who is dealing with whatever she is going through with her 4 kids. You have to work towards moving. And if moving is the way you want to go, but remember to put God in the midst of everything that you're doing. So guys, once again, thumbs up the video, share, subscribe, tell a friend. The only way for my channel to really grow is by you sharing and subscribing, and there is that notification bell. Please press it. All right, so bye everyone, be safe out there, cover your kids guys, and love in the house always. To my 96ers, thank you once again. To those who have really pushed me along that path. My girlfriends don't have much, but they know themselves. My cousin, she know herself. All right, and my aunt, guys, thank you so much, and love in the house. I hope this reaches a lot of people.